What's up, guys, and welcome to a Sun and Moon discussion video about all the information that we have so far, some leaks that we've seen, and I am not alone. I'm PokeaimMD, by the way, and I have Zeph, Sorta Steve, Akamaru, and, well, yeah, I guess myself. That's the last person. So, first off, we're going to be talking about the Alolan Grimer, that Korokoro leak. What do you guys think about it?
I like it a lot, but I think I'm in the minority.
That boy's looking greasy.
I like it.
But I like it.
I like that it's Poison Dark. Because I think Skuntank, Drapion, I can't think of any of the Poison Dark Pokemon, but those Pokemon are only weak to, they're only weak to ground. So it only has one weakness, and then it gains an immunity to Psychic, which obviously helps it out because it was Poison type. How'd I go back? Serby.net. Obviously helping out because it's a Poison type. And Dark is such great stab too, especially combined with Poison. Because thinking about it, like, if you're Dark type, you struggle with Fairies. You struggle with, just specifically fairies, just like that. Fighting types too, and poison really just helps neutralize that and just hit him for super effective hits. I actually like the design though.
I like how goofy it looks with the little teeth.
I'm pretty sure it's Alolan Muk is gonna be Guzma's signature Pokemon.
Nah, it makes sense. Yeah,
it resembles a skull. Like its eyes are sunken. It has its jaw is more shown off, and it has teeth.
It has a Charmander teeth. Straight up. I love it. What did they say that why it became that? The people were saying that it just adapted to the garbage and to live and... What were you saying, Akamaru?
Oh, yeah, no, I said earlier, you know how it's probably the executor thing again where different, exposure to sun and moon or something like that.
Because you talked about Grimer's Pokedex saying something with X-rays from the moon?
Yeah, that's how they're made. It's garbage, and then if the moon hits it enough, it turns into Grimer.
Okay, so I guess it's just sun. That's interesting. The man leaking around. We also have, I think competitive-wise though, Poison and Dark is really good, especially because Grimer in general has Explosion too, which is a pretty powerful move. It has Priority Shadow Sneak. Maybe he'll get different movesets.
Its move pool is just huge.
Yeah, exactly. Both on the special and on the physical side.
Yeah.
And just having Dark Stab, I really hope they give it like knockoff or something like that.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, the only Dark move I can remember it has is Payback, I think. So that's trash.
I'm pretty sure that's the only good Dark.
And maybe Dark Pulse. Or let's swallow out maybe. I'm not sure.
But like Dark Pulse kind of sucks.
Yeah, it does kind of suck if you're slow, definitely. We did get the evolutions of Jarango, is that how you say it? Or Jangmo-o?
Jangmo-o.
Yeah, Jangmo-o. And they are dragon and fighting. So we got its entire evolution line, and we could talk about it a bit. You can start it off, Zeph.
It would have been a monster in Gen 4 and 5.
Yeah, Gen 4 or 5, easily a monster.
I'm so fucking sad.
But it has a ridiculous amount of weaknesses.
Yeah, it does. Being dragon fighting, but offensively though, there's only a few Pokemon.
Stops it.
Yeah, there's only a few Pokemon. Aegislash outright beats it. Aegislash beats it even if that's poison coverage, because you would have dragon, you would have fighting, then you have poison coverage for fairies, and then fairy types in general beat that. But like in Gen 4 and Gen 5, dragon and fighting would have been ridiculous, perfect coverage. Again, the entire Aegislash family beats it down. I love the way it looks though. I mean, everybody speculated that it would be dragon and fighting. It's Pokedex entry talked about it working hard and never giving up and fighting all the time.
Brave.
Yeah. So it becoming dragon and fighting, definitely something that we expected. I actually like the second evolution more than
me too.
The last.
Why does everybody do that?
Yeah.
It's like a. I thought I was one of the only people, but a lot of people are like that.
I think it's. I don't know. I feel like the last evolution makes it look bulkier than. Because I want it to be fast. I want it to learn Dragon Dance. I want it to have close combat or superpower. Close combat, actually. I want it to have close combat.
It's like armored up.
Yeah.
Instead of like being a fighter.
I think, though, I'll like it more when we see its model, because in this generation, I hated a lot of Pokemon, but then when I see them in game, I like them.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Yeah. No, the image of the flat text is definitely different. Like, I think I agree. I want to see how this Mon fights. I want to see if it uses its tail. I definitely feel like it's going to have great defense, though. Like Garchomp level defenses.
And also, I'm pretty sure it gets bulletproof and soundproof.
Yeah, that's... Soundproof is awesome for Mega Gardevoir.
Yeah, and even then bulletproof as well. Like, if it's fast enough to deal with Mega Gardevoir and Sylveon, then you could just run bulletproof. And
That's true. And bulletproof isn't a bad ability at all. Yeah, Gengar, exactly. Gengar, Gyro Ball from Ferrothorn if you're Dragon Dancing up. Ferrothorn can't Gyro Ball you. It can still Thunder Wave you. But I definitely think it's going to be one of those bulkier, definitely physically offensive. Oh, I mean, I'm pretty sure it'll be physically offensive. It looks like a dragon that's charging at you.
That boy is fat.
No way it's gonna be special. Look at its arms.
Yeah.
About to be slow as shit.
I don't know. It's on 4 legs. It's on 2 legs though, so it could. It does have potential to be.
They drew him the same way they drew Drudigan, or the last form. I mean, they drew him the same way, in the same pose.
That's also true. That's also true.
So he's gonna be fat and slow.
But thinking about it though, this thing gets gunk shot. Maybe even just run a 4 attack set. It's a dragon type, so I expect it to get something like Earthquake, and then Dragon move, Poison move, just good coverage. And
Fire Fang and shit.
Yeah, exactly. But their names are Jarango and Jararanga. I love the way that is. And I think the coolest one that we've gotten so far is the evolution of type Null, and it's Silvadi. And we'll look at that real quick. Look at this.
Arceus Light.
Yeah, this Arceus-like creature.
The fact that it's an evolution and not a form change, a Violet type Null.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But then again, type Null doesn't have the exact same ability where this thing uses, what is it called? The AR?
It's basically
AR
multi-type, but
Yeah,
it has multi-type. So type Null, if it has good stats, because it has battle armor, which means it can't be crit. So running a Violet on that, if it has recovery, that's a great mon. That's a good mon in general, just being at it. And people speculate that this mon might be based around 100 around the board because it's not supposed to be. It's a Chimera. It's a Chimera.
Yeah.
It's obviously.
It's weaker than Arceus, but it's supposed to be Arceus.
Yeah, exactly. It's supposed to be around Arceus, and what that allows it to do is pretty much, if it does have base 100 around the board and then have recovery on top of that, it's an Arceus that might actually be playable in a tier that's not Ubers. But it's hard to say though, because if it does or can become every single type, like one of the 18 types based on what it's wearing, I kind of feel like it has like the Greninja syndrome, where not to the extent of Protean, but like it's okay. I think a better example is Mew, because you know how Mew can learn every TM, every HM, every move tutor. This is a Pokemon that could do that and have stab on some good ones. So give it recovery, give it great stats. It might even be stronger than base 100 around the board, just because it was supposed to be like Arceus. So I don't know.
I think it's gonna have extreme speed too, so it might be an extreme killer in OU.
Yeah, exactly, and I think something like that.
The whole mask thing, it said, and I'm pretty sure it said in its dex entry that it exists to make type Null slow as fuck. So if that thing comes off, it's super fast.
Yeah, it becomes faster, it becomes stronger. Yeah, it's supposed to suppress it, so that makes sense.
That's so dangerous.
Yeah, it says the type changes freckling in its eyes, mane, and tail, which glow the color representing the type. It has a new attack called Multi-Attack, which changes type based on its hold on. So it's Judgment for this Pokemon.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's sick, dude. I'm pretty sure something like that though. If it's an extreme killer with a base 100 all around, like that's something that I could definitely not see running around in the meta for too long. Obviously, we don't know. It's just based on speculation. But based on the meta we have now, base 100 attack, SD boosted, extreme speed, and extreme speed being higher priority than Brave Bird from Talonflame, for example, Ice Shard from Weavile, like something like that would be ridiculous. And just having that bulk, I don't know.
Yeah.
I like its design a lot though.
No, I
like
love.
You can see the eyes and the ear and the hair. They kind of change color.
Yeah, based on what
like on
you
the
have.
very bottom, you can see there's a green one, a red one, and a blue one.
Yeah, based on what it's holding, right?
Yeah, so it's gonna be like Arceus with the colors.
I like how clearly like they made it like I like how they made it so obvious that it's a man-made Pokemon with the whole memory stick shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's a nice touch.
It definitely is, and I just
AR
love the way.
system.
Look at the difference between it though. It looks so much bigger without like
Right.
it being held down. And it says it changes when it becomes. It said it changes when it becomes like it trusts you, right?
Yeah, it's probably like Sylveon, where you got to do Pokemon of me to evolve it.
Also, like by friendship, I can see that.
I'm wondering though,
Affection.
if there's only one, like lore-wise.
It would not make any sense if I walked into the grass and saw this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I think there's only gonna be one of them.
Yeah, probably one
in the
that ran
game.
away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least one that you can catch, and then one that you'll face. Because this guy, what's the dude?
Gladion?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll show the image zoomed in on the screen right now.
Because unless they like mass produced it, I could only see there being one because of the dex entry.
Yeah.
Like they talked about how they needed a Pokemon powerful enough to rival those spoken of in mythology.
But it didn't make sense though, because you saw it in the trailer. We saw it in the grass, didn't we? Like we saw
They
in a
do
while.
that for everything though.
That's true.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like a, it's like a sandbox thing that they do.
I
I
guess
think
it-
it's just
yeah.
gonna be tied into the story, mostly. Instead of just being a Pokemon you can just catch.
Yeah, maybe
Okay.
it's something like this dude couldn't control, runs away from him, and gives us the option to catch or something like that.
I mean, I don't know, because it shows him with the evolved one.
that's
at
what
the
I'm
bottom.
saying. Like, did they mass produce it or did we?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I want to use this mod. Like, you're not
You
gonna
might
tell me.
get it from like a research lab or something.
Yeah, I can see that. You were talking. What was the that image you put on Twitter with type Null and then the what are they called? What's the lab called? The research people in this?
Aether?
Yeah, the Aether. You linked something like their logo.
Its helmet is the exact same shape as the
Like the
logo.
logo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is
Damn
it?
Yeah.
I am like-
the
I-
exact same shape.
Oh, okay.
I'm like 99% sure they're the bad guys in this story.
Man.
And
I
Team,
can find it real
Yeah,
quick.
and
I post a lot of pictures.
yeah, and Team Skull is just like thugging around. I think Team Skull is just like
They're
just
just
be the
like
gang. They're just-
I found
yeah.
it here, Steve.
They're probably gonna be your allies, to be honest.
Degenerate.
yeah.
Gladion will at least.
The fucking okay. So you know how, like in Pokemon games, the NPCs, like just regular humans, are scared of the evil team.
Yeah.
One of the NPCs says something like, "Team Skull is just a useless nuisance" or something. Just a random person on the street. So I'm pretty sure that they aren't that serious.
They're just some goofs. They're not
Yeah.
actual
Yeah.
like
You see that,
terrorists
Steve?
like everyone else.
Yeah,
I see it.
look at this.
It's literally there's no way that's not on purpose.
And I'm positive this would be the back. I do love how Sun and Moon is doing that. Like the new things they're doing with it. Like if that's actually true, and I'm positive it is. I love how they're implementing like, oh yeah, this is the dudes who's supposed to be bad or supposed to look bad. Because normally, like for example, Ruby Sapphire, you had two bad teams going against each other, but one of them realizes the other one's bad, depending on what game you're playing, and they try and stop them. But I like how there's just a gang or just chilling around, and then it's like it's kind of like
Yeah, they're
planted
just
to
rejects.
distract them. Yeah, exactly.
Why the hell is the corporation evil?
I mean, it makes sense though. They have
Why
power.
did you do it?
We've seen
Yeah.
examples of what happened, like Mewtwo being made.
I'm pretty sure the blonde-haired chick has like a god complex because she says, "Even Pokemon from other dimensions are worthy of my love" or something like that.
Okay, yeah, definitely, I can see that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's gonna be like the one trying to do something with Solgaleo and Lunala.
Yeah.
Because he saw
Try
the
to
other
use
dimension.
In
them
an
for power
interview-
or something.
In an interview, Omori said that the legendaries in this game are going to be handled differently from every other game in the series. So they're doing something completely different. Like you won't just walk into a place and fight the legendary,
Also,
or like the legendary isn't going to try and destroy the world or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
also it'd be something different from that.
Yeah.
So maybe like you need to save them, like use them to save something, or
Might be. They could be malicious legendaries for the first time.
that'd also be cool. Straight up attacking. But we saw from like that trailer, the anime trailer they make, how they went through that same portal that the Ultra Beast went through. So
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like the CGI.
so maybe it's
thing.
like some sort of maybe it'd be like some sort of cyber world type thing going on, or I don't know.
There's just too much we don't know. We're going to get more information tomorrow anyway.
Yeah, that's true. We're gonna get the English information there, so I'll definitely have another video as well. Do you think Type Null and the evolution are legendaries or pseudo legendaries? Like I don't understand how they're being handled.
We've never seen a pseudo legendary before the game came out. So Jangmo-o probably isn't even a pseudo because we've never seen Gumi. In Gen 5 we saw Axew, but Dino was the pseudo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
So we've never actually seen the pseudo before the game has been released.
That's
Okay.
true.
Okay, that's clean. That's clean. Do you want to talk about the Riddler? I'm on the first post with all the Pokemon we've seen so far.
Yeah, sure.
But right here, basically, this dude, his name's Riddler, right?
Yeah, that's basically what he goes by.
Yeah.
That's what everyone calls him. I don't know what his actual name.
It's just a bunch of letters and numbers in his
I think
username.
Jimmy.
He's been leaking information. He's been right for the most part. He shows the evolution of Dartrix is the arrow dude. This
Yeah.
and the evolution of I forgot the evolution of Litten.
Torracat?
Yeah, Torracat is the wrestler, and then Brion is the
Yeah, the
siren type
archer,
creature.
wrestler, siren
Yeah, exactly.
trio.
Exactly. And over here, he even these two faces is supposed to be the ghost ice type, right? Or the ghost grass type.
Wait, where?
Next to the toucan.
No, I think that's the snowman
Oh, that's not. Yeah,
they were
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about,
yeah.
like a snowman doll type Pokemon.
And then
Yeah.
even like he has a picture here talking about a toucan, so he might be getting a toucan Pokemon. It makes sense based on where they are.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
that kid that was wearing a shirt in the trailer.
Yeah.
And it had
Yeah.
a toucan on
Yeah,
it.
exactly. And then over here it has Aristotle.
Yeah, we don't know what he's there for.
Yeah,
I'm
You
pretty
know
sure
what
he's
it
there
is,
to
man.
represent a legendary or something that we haven't seen.
And I'm guessing Marshadow is an Ultra Beast because it's with the Ultra Beast and it's not with Solgaleo or Lunala.
Right.
but Magearna isn't an Ultra Beast.
That's true.
Does the placement not matter, or
I don't know.
I don't know. Magearna, we don't know anything about her.
that's true?
But
Actually,
she's
look
definitely
right
not
here.
an Ultra Beast. She's man.
It is a man-made Pokemon. There's a lot of
Yeah.
man-made Pokemon in this generation too.
You see how he separates this right here? There are little dotted lines between Aristotle
Oh.
and the Ultra Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think he's trying to show that, like, after the Aristotle Pokemon or whatever he's trying to hint at, that, like, after that legendary, it's going to be the Ultra Beast, and then goes back to Magearna or whatever. And then Marshadow's there.
yeah.
Like, we don't know anything about Marshadow at all. I thought it would be, like, the third out of the
No,
It
the
doesn't
three,
look
yeah,
like it.
box
yeah.
legendaries.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It might just be
Could-
kind of like
something
the, you know how we got Deancey and Volcanion at the end,
Yeah.
like that. It might just be something like that.
We just know it has. They keep on saying it has a unique type combination, or like something we've never seen before.
Are people like
Regarding
saying
the
it's like
type.
a kind of like a dolphin type Pokemon too? I heard rumors about that.
Yeah, there's rumors of a dolphin.
Yeah,
I think
Probably.
the Riddler, didn't he say dolphin, sea cucumber, rugby monkey, and snowman?
yeah.
That's
So
Okay, yeah. So
I
we
don't know
got
if
the rugby monkey
Marshadow
and,
did.
and the sea cucumber.
but by interesting, by interesting though, he's talking about different from what we had before, right?
Yeah.
Typing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He said
just
that
unique.
Marshadow has a very unique typing.
Okay. I've also like I've seen a video talking about how Marshadow had 3 types at once.
3.
Yeah,
It would be cool.
it would definitely be unique if it's true,
You
but
can't
Yeah.
say.
I would have. Yeah. It definitely would be something ridiculous like that. But you were talking about how every single time we get more information, he expands the grid and adds more
Yeah,
hints. Dude likes to joke. I'm on the second page now with the Rowlet, the poison, and the forms. You want to talk about that?
um,
I'll link it for you if you
yeah.
know.
Let me see.
All right, it's right here. But basically, here it's he's talking about how the Pokemon have like evolutions. Like Salandit has like a 2 next to it.
Yeah, those are the total number of evolutions in the line for that Pokemon. Like he put grass Rowlet and then flying Rowlet too.
Yeah.
But you can see for Litten and Popplio, he hasn't put them in any other typing. So I think he's trying to keep that a secret. Or
Well,
He
something
doesn't
he
know.
said about the starters is that, you know the secret that they're supposed to have?
Yeah.
He said that it's a very uncommon theory, so it's something that people haven't been guessing a lot. So I think that rules out Z moves, and
The multiple evolutions.
no, that's actually a very unpopular theory.
Really?
Yeah.
That they'll have.
People don't like it.
The only people that actually talk about that are people on VP, so it's not that popular.
lot
It's
of
Z moves
YouTubers.
and something else that I'm not thinking about.
Cause I swear, because people said because it shares it with Rockruff, people were talking about how it have different evolutions depending on what game it is.
That was a mistranslation. It said instead of instead of saying Rockruff and the starters share a secret, it says that Rockruff and the starters have a secret.
Oh, okay. So it
yeah,
doesn't.
it's not that they have the same one. They just both have secrets.
Yeah, they all have secrets.
Okay.
There was this video I watched too that talked about type Null and how its body parts are part of like.
Oh, I remember that video.
Yeah, Popplio, Litten, and
Yeah.
Rowlet, and now it has
Yeah.
like the feet of the grass type and like the form of Litten.
Its back legs are dog
Yeah,
leg.
yeah.
And it has a fin, yeah.
I could see something like that. That'd be cool. But yeah, it definitely talks about like the evolutions. Like Drampa is potentially getting an evolution. Tortonator is getting an evolution.
Those are probably pre-evolutions.
Or pre-evolution. I can see that too. I could definitely see that.
I hope
Does it-
Drampa just evolves.
into what, a bigger
Yeah.
dragon that likes children.
It evolves into
Older.
Thousand Dragon.
An older dragon.
It's already old as hell, bro. It probably starts off young and then let itself go. It just let itself go.
No, it saw too much, so
It evolves and gets younger.
I definitely understand the Cutiefly getting 3 because I think Cutiefly is what I compare that to is Floetta, like Flababy. and that whole line with Florges and Floette. I figured it'd be like the fairy of that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Grubbin and Cutiefly are like the Caterpie and Weedle.
Yeah. Well,
I'm gonna say Caterpie and Kakuna.
Okay.
Somebody save me.
Kind of disappointed with Comfy having just it being itself, no evolutions or anything.
Well, there's always the shitmon and everything.
Yeah.
I'm so happy it's that one.
What would you compare Comfy to? Something like Pachirisu?
Steve liked that one too.
Well, Klefki's good though. That's the thing.
No, like shitmon, like Spinda or Farfetch'd, Delibird.
Okay, you're right. You're definitely right.
Yeah,
definitely.
No evolution Pokemon. They're just kind of there.
Absolutely unusable. Like on.
I mean, it has a cool ability though. If it does like recovery moves also go first outside of just synthesis or something like that. If recovery moves also at priority, that'd be cool.
It's like Cleric Pokemon.
Yeah.
You know that word doesn't exist. Come on.
Yeah, the Dex looks pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
The Dex has
I've seen a bunch of places saying that the Dex is going to be bigger than X and Y. So I mean, X and Y that's pretty reassuring.
X and Y didn't have that many
anything can be bigger than
X and Y
Come
really
that
on.
whole generation was a mistake.
Stop. We all know it was a beta test. Come on.
They had like 60 Pokemon or something? What?
It wasn't 60.
I think it was 67.
Yeah,
no way.
It was something like that.
That's nasty.
And then they just got the Mega Forms.
Well, what is it called? Tech demo? There you go. That's what it is. It's a tech demo.
Sure, yeah.
For Sun and Moon, they were already thinking ahead.
Yeah, we should be like nearing 100 this generation, including Alolan forms though.
Yeah,
I like that.
I'm pretty sure we're not getting.
Alolan forms may as well be new Pokemon. They may be.
Yeah.
Like, they look like old Pokemon, but they're still.
No, they're definitely different. Yeah, if I import a different Vulpix, I'll have a Fire Vulpix and an Ice Vulpix. Yeah. So definitely something that's cool. I love that though. I love that they're doing that for the old Pokemon. I think that's also good with like Pokemon Go. I think Pokemon Go screwed itself over, but like it's good for introducing that stuff. Because like, oh man, I love Vulpix. Wait, it's not a fire type anymore. Let me play this game. But we have another leak that was translated. It's pretty poorly translated, but that's nobody's fault. But it was talking about a fighting type, Abu and Abuko, which is Arbok and Ekans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that'd be pretty cool. Seeing them become fighting. He talks about their brown and white, and the pattern of his belly is not there anymore. And that'd be the first fighting type that we have that doesn't have any arms and legs at all.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Breloom has little stubs.
No, those things are stretchy though.
Oh yeah, they do extend, don't they?
Yeah.
When he Mach punches.
Yeah.
They stretch out. But Arbok doesn't have shit.
Curious how that would work.
So similar.
I don't know.
Yeah, and it talks about how Persian characteristics of an evil fairy, and how it has the blue jewel instead of that red one that it has now.
Yeah, I hope you're ready for every single Team Skull Grunt to have Alolan, Meowth, and Muk.
Hell yeah.
It's actually true.
I'm ready for that.
I can't wait. I can't wait till tomorrow because I'm pretty sure Korokoro usually leaks what we're about to get, and I'm pretty sure that we're going to be getting the Grimer, and I want to know its ability.
Actually, I don't know because it's airing on the 14th, right?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Right.
It's going to be the 14th in Japan too at like 10 p.m., right?
Yeah.
But okay, so the info we got in Korokoro, it said Korokoro exclusive, and Korokoro doesn't officially release until the 15th in Japan. So we might be getting totally different information, and then get the Type Null stuff as another trailer down the line.
I can see that.
I think that's what's gonna happen.
So we might just get totally new information tomorrow. That'd be great. I actually don't mind that they're spoiling so much as it going, because it actually gets me more hype for the game itself.
Every time they show something new, it's something else that we don't know.
Yeah, exactly. We know nothing about the story, and that's the thing. I have no idea how the badges go. I have no idea how the tryout, everything goes like that, and I'm hyped for that.
I read something about that actually. Okay, so Joey's viewers, don't kill me if I'm wrong, but so there have been a bunch of pre-reviews for Sun and Moon, like Game Explain and them have been able to play for 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
So I was reading on Spanish websites. They said that each island has 7 trials. So that's 4 islands, 7 trials on each. You have to beat the 7 trials to fight the kahuna of that island. So it's like there's a shit ton of things to do on each island, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, the game is going to be huge too. You know that the demo is so much bigger than the original one too. That's sick though.
7 trials of an island, I'm pretty sure. Because it said that, and then later on, you come back to it. I think I read about this on VP. You come back to it, and it says it says several instead of exactly 7. I'm pretty sure Nintendo forced them to change it because spoilers.
Yeah. That makes sense though. That definitely like reassured me. Like for example, I was thinking like, this game is gonna be so short. I've only known about 4 trial captains and then 4 Kahunas. Like, I don't know. But that definitely is a bit reassuring. Obviously, guys, don't. That's what he's speculating. That's what they said. Don't attack him if it's wrong.
Yeah, don't take that. I'm not a fucking Game Freak employee. Don't take what I say for 100%.
And if you were, you wouldn't be after this video.
Yeah.
Last but not least, why don't we talk about the Salandit stuff you were saying? I'm on the page right here.
Yeah.
You said the Riddler.
So-
Oh, you can go.
He kind of like, he's like teasing us, hinting us at what the evolution is gonna be. Says the QB, Cleopatra, Medusa, and a Siren. But I think it kind of rules out being a QB or a Siren because, like, we already have Ninetales,
Yeah.
QB. We have Poplio as a Siren.
Yeah.
But Cleopatra, I don't know. I don't know if there's a Pokemon that's after that or anything. But I see Medusa as the most likely one, to be honest.
Yeah.
Especially with the female thing.
And
I think it's either Medusa or QB. But it would be weird for a lizard to be a nine-tailed thing.
Yeah, and you were talking about how Salandit, the females, they release these pheromones that attract the males, right, to them.
Yeah, they like lure males.
Mm-hmm.
And so what
And-
Zeph? Oh, you can go.
I'm pretty sure that means that only the females are gonna evolve because you think a male Pokemon is gonna evolve into Cleopatra
Hell yeah.
or Medusa or
Yeah, it
something?
doesn't really
It's
make much.
2016, nigga.
I'm
that's
pretty
what
sure
I
they
mean.
completely retconned the Ralts line so that Gardevoir is always female. No, Gardevoir is mostly female because the male ones turn into Gallade if you have the stone.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that the male Salandits are gonna be shit like Combi.
Damn it.
I mean, even then, as long as the evolution keeps the
No.
same ability, I'm fine.
Tired of this shit.
Yeah, you can do Salandit in different things. Does that wait? Combi works with a Violet, right?
Yeah. But
Does it
I
have
don't
to
know why
be?
you would ever.
Does it have to be? Yeah. Does it have to be female Combi to work with a Violet?
Nigga,
No.
what?
I'm
It
just
think
just has
so,
to be
no.
a not fully evolved Pokemon. Doesn't matter.
oh,
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
Actually, I don't know. That's a good question because technically, male Combi is a one-stage Pokemon.
exactly. That's what I'm
Don't
thinking.
do this.
I don't know. Someone could test it.
I would
but,
assume it's still.
I'm
The
not
thing
gonna
is,
test it.
yeah, don't test it on Showdown either. Test it on your DS if you test it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Showdown might not know. But
Don't live no shit. Yeah.
but yeah. You guys have anything else to add?
See, Cleopatra would be interesting because I think
What
someone in
is
the other
Cleo?
chat, she was, I think, an Egyptian queen.
Yeah, no, I know, but what was she like? Were there any animals?
She loved jewelry. She absolutely loved jewelry.
I just said an animal, you bitch.
There's no animals.
There's no animals that are like her.
Egypt,
Like someone
Egypt
in
is
another
cat.
chat-
Egypt has cats, like all that stuff.
They said something about the Nile River and how it might turn into like a big crocodile or
Oh,
something,
fuck Chris.
like a big poison fire crocodile, and that would be cool.
Yeah.
But I think I would prefer a Medusa Pokemon than just a big crocodile. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just a giant-
Cleopatra also makes sense now that you mentioned the jewel thing
Yeah.
because Salandit kind of looks like a burglar.
Exactly. It does.
It's a thief.
Yeah.
Good sales for it. But obviously, guys, down below, you guys can leave
And
your
it's
thoughts
black.
on it. Okay, Akamaru. You guys can leave your thoughts on it. And yeah, thank you everyone for watching. You guys have anything else to add?
Nope.
Yeah, I think we're good. Pretty much discussed everything. So you can check out my friends. The Twitter links will be down below. And yeah, goodbye.
Don't fall asleep on Twitter.
Bye.